first 8 and what a second 8 a seed that our brano and some playoff nebium Yababenya third 8 almost diano Yabacha Gusu Amoso Ayania Yakanasa second 8 qualify Wamusum Arichas first 8 Wamus Adafi Adjumono and some Ababonia Kanasa run of 16 Teneno and you must say amateurs will be quite away and that's what Bisu Koma Somunano and some Nabasomo Shanutin Abate Bobo Fanasa breast away and some for a first timer. Wamu testing a champions Genra. Wamuso Kwa Aquasha Makuma Kwa and amateurs and games no call come and some update Tabamas and Rabimo and some Aqua under Momuko under Ninano Yamamuna Mati. I jump to say I tell some over Diana Samosono Moso Matwadina Jatansa Enra. Wamu matches about some Amabimo and some far humiliating defeat in Ninano. Yet the latest Tabanam Yuram or Bobakua. Yafansanum Aya signal Iduna Ho and about Dortmund Enra. Wamusum Aya Jumana Sampo. Now Dortmund Bobako Omusha Makuma 7 and some Celtic Omutia Kanumubako and a permitted by Mameka Jones. Wamu coach Fansa Brendan Rogers. I say what did he Baswano was started the coaching career MC and Wonacho and Wosa Sawo Popo. Nebia mistake Biana Nippon to punish show. I'm a more considered as a true babino. I'm saying a Mantanum, I'm a Lucinia. You can't say confidence and some of us are Mantanamo and Karima Dayaminum. I'm some Bohatraka Promo Maka and Mirichanum and a Bicenino. I'm some Sokum Amanumasuya Kama and some Amatunit Amrano Nana Chesaha Onum Sanra. Wabra Mat Aguswa Alcosurum and some our signal Duna Babia. Your father say yellow war bar. Medical catcher say yellow one a hono. Sam Uya waiting. Now your goalkeeper. Umpo Ebedu Babu Wachi Ebeshe yellow war. I say Wabanya the first half and Sampo or some Wabanyan second half Enra. Baby a yellow one a ho and an answer almost at the Bana Cassiapa and some Adabana Enra Dortmund Omo Banano almost some UEFA Mafia. Now just a UEFA phono almost some Aya Mafia our Brashara project and some Adama Jomo Canning and say what you own says UEFA Mafia Cassiapa. Shall I UEFA Mafia and I say almost a message a guano and some others say you don't care about the sport. All you care about is money. Not just a UEFA phono. I'm Sam Bona Yapona and I sport to them some phono. Woman found Bakubaku said you hear UEFA and some I Sikanino and some I said your shadow and some Asia Kwakwa men no casino Yababanya placer woman voice out and watch it Yabanya coaches and the managers woman you know some trauma tracer and no Master Sama matches not Dosono to amateurs of boys no crano woman your 10 and fan rest and no and then I'm so Emma supporters and Emra woman some at the Banabia to say no and some other bar stadium ever private Jaminian say well here no Eddie Asochi Abeba, Abama Juef at a charge, Eddie Abobokua, your fans are Aya Dortmund, I know you won, and watch Mammy away teamer, one some Aya Celtic, and one of the supporters, a Bishop t-shirt, one must have a Palestine, a flag, a buy, Yerim say a job aqua FIFA, and some money UEFA answers so, and some Aya political messages. Say a Papa, Mushana Momo born among call. Now, the moment Abasabia, where the country be, and so Baba your politics, and yes. Sanyo Manino, Yana and also almost thrown on Sanyo Mana, and no across the Dominions away, and some other message almost on the bar and ra. Now they're so take almost supporters and Canino, and some other say free Palestine, and we are one. Our Brawsha and your picture of Krana, one more Masha mask catchers, woman Emma, one more some from a actress, and Yamabokua, your fathers are so taken, one Asha t shirt, our beer, and some our letter, our brass, our letter. For me here, you can say free Palestine, and no, apart from so many flags, I know, one more some other near can say t-shirt, and some other message, a BM shack, mammy video on night, and so take come supporters, no, one more ship pyrotechnics, and no, I fire flares, and a Sanyo Mana, and also, of course, our stadium, and Ramasa Japa, I'm gonna yes, Sanyo Ama Chesene, where some I social about quite UEFA, and some other about Sanyo Marino, and some of course, and now the whole something say, we are goalkeeper now the postum bra near show bako mienu miensa and nine anum anya ebecha ensia ensua ya sen and also fili my own goalkeeper bia ohun say ni enyan no oya no se wopra ana omo change ni no omo dem fra betu no so gye bi ku no ho a aya mo musa basa fo say basa gi 82 no na te say otuma say na no yomo so chi obi ma be 7 tese womo so ti omo ka na ade ba ko no say ha dwempa eno goalkeeper wono adam ama Celtic omo team no ye fanom aye Kasper Schmeichel ne papa so ye former goalkeeper ma Manshu aye fan sam aye Peter Schmeichel you say owura fan say Peter and some aye adwuma as aye nsam training na eno onom ana kaka fan e ban game and also boss adama CBS na jetero so omo so owura ne say enti wabra koba sa wo stadium na wo badam na ba ko na atom mienu na atom miense na awuram ye share 7 no e basa oye nipa obaboto anya bia na message bai ana ono owura na ye fan say Peter Schmeichel and some other man bana ye fan Kasper say be yakodan no and your man konkwa because a boss say na when mentally and psychologically etiminya sunsan so bane e wo modern boss so wasem ne ban pure dressing room buy and o catch akora no say ha wona so far what bobo na dru akira o experience abetimi ahye nkodan no ensom enkran ye ko bi onom aye leader our dressing room ne banom one of the leaders our local room enti also onom mom aboa emani teammate I recover from some humiliation na enro omunya our signal do na the moment wa we leader wa hu bobo na omom oba be botoa affect boys ni nyina ntano your message wonom adema ne ba no yentenso ma former goalkeeper adema ne ba wonom aye current goalie adema Celtic.
It really is difficult because you always want the best for your children. Doesn't matter what situation they find themselves in. And of course, today was just one of those days that you can never, ever explain. You know, there was so many shots at goal. 7 of them went in. They could have been a little bit more. And it was just, as Callum McGregor said to me earlier on, it was just one of those days that just couldn't get close enough to close that down. And I spoke to Kasper as he came out of the game here. That dressing room was just there. So I spoke to him and I said, you know, this was a bad day at the office, and take it for nothing more. Move on, be one of the leaders in the dressing room and help everybody else recover from this. Because up until this point, don't forget, Celtic has played really, really good football and there's so much optimism at the club. So this is something, obviously, they need to go through what happened and all that. But this was just a really, really bad day in the office.
Yeah, yes, not just any nana. I am your see and yet Tabiana Abacopos. Wobanyanam at Jabba Fienti or a Celtic Camadon Bar. One more bonnet, this is a more formal bar. Now, Obi Crack catch from so much almost 7-1 Enra and Kaomun Jinti and no air cracker through Rano and some Aswa Jabba message and in Cransha. What the Eman Banning and Rano and some Maria Tucano, I am manager as a coach, former goalkeeper. Yafana Peter Schmeichel. I don't know. Na yenko Arsenal enra. Womo so share Paris Saint-Germain academy no. Ama just a PSG. Womo so ntimi ante manager ne de ono. Waso wakam obi aso atese Dembele asemna. Amanfo na wa mobi na fine kosi hina. Wo yo waye nunti na chesema enra Paris Saint-Germain. Ensom lose match de epowia. Wo bi atimi kire na atwe ene adenemom. Mami abronche ba no so Bukayo Saka nsana. Maba aye coach no so. Wonim se no adamese kan se. Ayade se Bukayo Saka commando pay medeba to just omotitum say Arsenal ever Champions League game our Emirates ya no momotomano was ropa ne mom say kobase bia the Gunners akwa away and some our UEFA Champions League game ho ana ya na chesa asem nyina na ewo no na Bukayo Saka ne abisa no say Thierry Henry and a positive question man say opani na anya bia no question de mu odu na mom aya wodia anya bia wo fu say motomba the Gunners elboy season yi aya manfe afi ne kan say title no Giana, what can title one share? What be watching some maybe a Champions League and what can a Premier League as some and I know Red Fanasa Henry Ebisa Kotana, your Fanasa Bukayo Saka say, one of a captain, I'm an Arsenal Timono, I'm a Saka say, woman brown the last 2 seasons, I'm a home, last season, I'm a home, and take what did you about some on Paso Becca, Sabia Anna or the pressure about 2 a Timono Sonoma, what did you about Safi and some never to Arsenal, I'm a fair bra. One more Premier League title, Adios woman also. Why are you Bukayo Saka?
I have one last one for you. I mean, it's a big one. Do you think this season is a season for the title? Do you think it is important this year to win the title?
I don't want to put too much pressure on us, but I do think this is the year. I think we've been close the last 2 years. Ooh. And yeah, we're getting closer, but yeah, this hopefully will be the year.
Yes, not just a captain ever so trust woman who say be a fee and some about my free our bra. One more a premiership title no and some idea swam now so fair my manager na your friend is Luis Enrique no when him say the captain I am Marquinhos said about 2 after the game sir and Roma Tramokobo Emirates no woman mistakes in no and I just a namu amanioma torch Adama Bobokua your friend is Paris Saint-Germain one more second half, Sompa, one some let him say you're born as it's born ball. Our DDA Bassa said you're Paris Saint-Germain, and some other team Casaba Bono, one more second half, and on be show a more clear identity. Never now too late, our first half, no, one more mistakes, I'm Arsenal, and some punish PSG, and no, I am Marquinhos, I don't know. Now, Luis Enrique, you say, Bona Arsenal, Bona Enra, not there was no way at Paris Saint-Germain, one more between Arsenal, Bobokono, and some are competing and told you a brow or no the kind of annual game no na Arsenal for the deserve say one some we need a match at Chesem no and so about no coach no one mo kobusan so penny oba ye yenim sem why ya juma asem boshe ne ade ekoso and Mbappe mo nyina customer da so boshe anya biaro fu say we will progress e oboboku a ye fa so PSG ni mo o de toto Arsenal and Luis Enrique say na say o ka say bia o de toto Arsenal dia because I take about Arsenal how many seasons any enum ekwa ensia 18 best 5 seasons ekwa the 6th season no want to mean cast out the Paris Saint-Germain ekwa compare Arsenal PSG no ono nanu ya no oba afekwa no ma start ayomo project one more send your man so abekwa kamantina want to mean cast bia with the Paris Saint-Germain ekwa compare Arsenal eno eya no ya coach Luis Enrique and some other man training no yenti Paris Saint-Germain manager.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Mikel Arteta has been managing Arsenal, I think that's the 5th or 6th year. 5th. Okay. I've been managing that team 1 year and 2 months. I don't know where we are. I have a clear idea where I want to be, but I don't know how many time I'm going to need. I cannot evaluate that.
Yes, I know I am some manager Luis Enrique and Arteta Yadene excepts Emma Yatil for annual Liverpool in Timno manager about Champions League gomo bosses when I fay one so test Biasha now coach and say and what game against AC Milan Gentia and my Bobo Crefans Liverpool in every match was what did you ever say and the Casa mentality our Champions League anymore and no city as I said Europa Niponko and a Champions League and so bonko na eno said almost hold you want to win game no and no Gidi Basa I am very important tell them that mom or fan say Xabi Alonso opposite number and some aye Paulo Fonseca say one of some machine pa or you be on periphery asamka na mom enwa game mo buy ne pa jono we be kasa officiating and cosede no mo asinim na sense enwa game ba so mo buy no say do be so kan nyina say omonya satisfied was said referee si manage game enwa no na enya druba bi as a referee no wontimi mfa ne nan si fam antake decision as a referee esuro sade atmosphere ensom na Liverpool sin fofie eno som no city awo be awe na ho ama chesem no ase referee no ho popo awo gidi e basa no ananam so ma game na ekosa na sanka omo bo game no ye na referee ensom na din French ma honestly nka omo expect a different result enya nkukuo anano na nkobo pentuo no wo ye sad and what you team no and some aye sad say enra and no be ati say no and no some about so na bonsa make an person coach and say and kwara ne modum bon to am 2 days so bia nkofie na am nkwadwo ma hom ntina bonsa team no am 2 days offer wo mo so kwa rest enra and answer flick I say you want to just na ni Japan na job so ka and some and say na ni jani nyina no and some aye ne ka say modum no na chesa no and some awosoro and modum ba awosoro ni nyina aye Juma Enra, a Kobas a coach, your fans of flick, and some Amankadano, and some upon Enra, no performance, no consider, sir, and Motumbana Enra Rafinha, a bueno, enom aye modern pa eno bi na brabra obesa ne nkwada no musi akan ensom adema bobo kwa fa no se bonsa ensom abo esanse no de ma branta one se Rafinha enya man of the match award no o se eno boy no pressure come eno wati se wo boa Manchester movement akoye wo boa Manchester one ne teammate no enioma som akokama combination eye adwuma manioma eye successful ni nyina no eno a eye Rafinha to coach no wonom abo akoda na baso no se ageba akwa make difference eye interest no the moment abate Serbia Mark Andre ter Stegen aba Dani Olmo aba Femi Lopez Arekova Mark Bernal anso aba no ehom ana be ma de kan say rotation abaya adwuma ebi mo te Serbia Lamin Jaman nom ene chesa boys aka nyina no wo mo so abanya time e dey arrest until then enya de say ebia rotational policy ensom abaya adwuma eno ya sema bonsa wo mo coach no so ade tu dwana ya wo matches awose Barcelona game back a anope amama botokra na my very emotional udum Bologna de na ke kase bia bibi papa bi ebetimi afri Nazareth aba nka wo kwa onyini na so bi kase bia Bologna aye team adachi bia no wo mo som abo Champions League anka be tempa so be giatum na wo mo ba away o mo bo ade atia boboku a ye fa ne Liverpool ensom our Anfield na game about our Anfield Shark man airport owura na won ne bam o ma ko gina airport a flight ebetu na o mo nyina kito mo flag o mo ne papa ne ne bawo etu de have be o mo gina o ma Sompa de bi kura agina so flight way and do Bologna wo mo team no ensom a fly ba a Liverpool na o mo so be se kwan bia so players no and the entire contingent ehun sam o mo do o mo support e mo ansana wo mo so a fly akọ distance e wo flight no some aso e take off our 10 mark no so na so ni nyina chiba pa and ne bana wo di fa na papa no ensom our benkum our braway ensom a very emotional moment papa no and ne bana kwaya ye enso koja bobo kwa no so Bologna ensom our airport chese no e latest bana Bologna game no and ye bi say coach fan say and a slot say openi where you say Bologna they more 10 because am for no mo say where you anyam say mo betimi ashombe 13 na Liverpool team on a good day so munya so mo shawa wasom abaya shepa coach ni say womunya bi da no munya bi so da born Bologna born last season and the modern Bologna born this season extra say womo so abaha 20 nya de say bia womo kwakwa underestimate aye Bologna boboko no omo ye side wo so no mo ba wo bre yentie ana slot manager ama Liverpool.
I think Bologna showed last season and this season again that they're a real difficult team to beat because everybody is telling me they only won once. Yeah, but then I'll tell everyone they only lost once. So that means it's a difficult team to beat and we as Liverpool know how difficult it can be to play against a team that's man marking all over the pitch, which is what Bologna does and what Atalanta did here last season. So to face an Italian team at Champions League level, and we know how difficult it was to face an Italian team on Europa League level, so we don't underestimate them at all. Because also that's not what they deserve for the way they played last season and even this season. I think Bologna.
Yes, and no, again, some coach I found say and a slot and I'll tell say ya didn't some MI Fontina Liverpool Alpha match and say woman on my fair and a bonya sebia woman in Quadabi and a bonana June so much no make an no purchase a hotel na Real Madrid and some Quada and Rano and no I near can say no voter Lee Aeroport na just airport Lee I no voter airport no amu hotel ho ana chese bobokua ye friend Madrid and so akology enra womo ye training of course anwa bibia ye fine bibia ye come a pre-match conference any day and some abaso me kan no pay say me tese Eduardo Camavinga and so aba start ama chese the entire team ayade say medical team no womo back na abaso say obi won mo pro ya na ni subran chese ne yontini pa no wontimi recover na so akodana ye fan say Camavinga recover ye pa into mo back na abaso na jamen say kan say bibia sesandia and your goalkeeper no no aye Andre Lunin ansa mebeka sa kotoa wapra obaba just after international break enti Lunin asaba bedamu biem enti Lunin abedamu diana chesa chiro no aye Dani Kafaya ede Militao Antonio Rudiger ana Forlan Mendy medono metesa Brantia Yefansa Federico Valverde wonom ane Kamavinga elbow should Bellingham ana Matesa Kwadana Yefansa Arda Gulash anso betimi astarte animum aye Mbappe ane Vinicius na Mbappe diano yetese manager na bia Oma kodane en starte na so de anya no sensia no se betumi aba se bia Mbappe aba starte se de besia kobia no ya wesanya bia Mbappe aba starte ana se bia Mbappe aba free bench enso ana aba na okay se na nsem me be yesa Neymar no oyade so onya bouncer obapo me be ka se ne manya bouncer obapo anu kwa no PhD na man form se bia agro ama nanu ya akra Neymar South Coast Saudi kra no esa be twi mu se bia bouncer fo no nya Neymar on loan a wo mo som ape ansom no am no kasai no jaminya no nyina no sa according to sport enom ayoko akrata bakua eno som our Spain almost say Neymar no yobi afa yes aye boss president no tie the reason obatiase yes boss president no mom ana besam odi Neymar eba na omahwehwem ahun se Neymar contractor wonom ane bobo kwafa se ugly ewo ensom ana se Hilal ewo Saudi no wo se yobo club world championship ni wie aye 2025 ana Neymar contract no aba spy etina me no kaso betimi atwe abo season awie na chese nyame ya doma enom aye somewhere next year 2025 no Neymar aba free eti next year Neymar ebenya 33 years se Messi ada so popo Ronaldo going on 40 ada so bo Luka Modric ada so bo Neymar physically and some are okay and it's next year 2025 no Neymar enya 33 years wamum abetumi di Neymar abra Barcelona adan wamum se na awra fisa amu bewie aye the new Spotify Camp Nou na amu wie Camp Nou stadium na ade efe and a ton ho ade pan a ton ho ana hono so no yes Lami Yama money sa boys and the obetimi dia marketia na market and revenue and name a bouncer ebe feche e dia ma bouncer no Lami Yama mon finsusu a omuntimi enti dem say kan nyina se we no aye presidential project and owura ye fa no say Juan Laporta ensom abeso ye e wa bro run abeso side akwadan na ye fa no name ebe back to bouncer and nyina no ensom the new stadium wo mo som set me amasa update no eno some from Man City wo mo play fansa Mateus Nunes ono ayo bia yese police for akwache no na enye ne na police for cheno mo chere kwa na che ye red the month of October jaminya kwa na say the case no aye 8th September ana police for kwaso na homache yese homache no wo obese 5:30 omo de handcuff ensom agu no ni nyina no say omo so wo wia phone ana me say na Mateus Nunes ono phone be na baba Obasam Otobi on Timin Tobia, Mokasabia was Yafon and Unti, Boynum about appear before court. I just from 8 September at Deba Enchebi Obeko Court, and I'm saying there, so almost same Oko Club. Now, night club on Ora washroom, Sankabi Obasway and we are Sabi toilet and so. Yes, or Rabbi on our 58 years. I just Oko 60, 58, 58-year-old. Just Akokrano, Aqua uniform. Our toilet and so said, oh, shim phone, I go simu craman as was utia ba. So when you can just come Komumao, and was a family from mammy. No, so bad, I'm about warm. That's a one phone. I'm never seen there. Yes, so a season phone, say, oh, trying to picture our bra, all requesting, and a baby crowd a traffic channel. Baby will be a crack when who are there. We are there, you phone so baby coming for you. And almost same, I will kind of reporter say, Unia season phone to a mama fan say, where we are for the best in a say, yeah, on funny pan phone, Emma, no, where we are, and a lawyer, and a man in bail. I'm a no Casadia and say, Canino, and some other Saunia about appear before court, I'm on a trial, and some other Coswano, I update by Enrame Calcatana, your friend Ahmad Diallo, and I could be main report, Aminiano, and some command with the Sakura and about Stante, German seconds until 2029. Yes, you could be main ever saying optional for another year at the about call 2030. And I said, you do know, and no some other manager, your friend Eric Ten Hag, no, and a pressure in our now latest Abanasa, yes, say story I'm about to get from last week at the but this week ni nyina cha say yampa say yes the coaching staff no wo mo som aya aware omunim say game against FC Porto aya 1 game against Ayobobo Caravans Aston Villa away and some aya 2 and it's omanyiro mo pa yeba pamono nana yes the backroom staff no say and you'll be na BBA players wenum unsa no na make so run wa dwen bi say enkura no bi bona bro yes backroom staff no say na players pa na che say wo ma to mo boss ehwie sa no na individual mistakes o mo ye eno ana men na o mo gidi e ba say pressure aye unnecessary pressure no wo mo de ama manager no wa brand wo mo say obetimi afasi the chop na report to men say kan say na no Monday and na ten ha ga ka so mo bisa no say mulusu to Tottenham Monday na te say no so obi disappointed there, but to be the dead also move on or did someone you ever bounce back. No, baby, our Kobiana, baby, our Yachumabiano were proving on a career more. I 6 years, I know the coachy after the 6 years, no, what the trophies, Emma Kumaku 8. I just a Titus Awaje, a Dawson, a 10 years, what the coachy, and a mammy was said to open ye. What did you have a new mail coffee? We bet me at Danny situation, I'm on your master, over Danny situation, I'm on your man, Danny and young coach was adding the mum on panic. What you saying? I know run I am shit Danoson Hopo and there was so on panic baku say when so lose game cry against Ayasta Villa Crana or because why your manum sat game crano on Lucy Yenti Eric Ten Hag.
Nothing is easy, but this is nothing for me to panic about because I experience it so often with my teams. During seasons that you are facing those problems, so we can sort them out. This team can sort this out, and when it's in the individual area, we can sort those problems out. I think we are in a for a season, and we are going to make a success from this season. Nothing is easy.
Yes, next season Jabibia and about 5 minutes on here there.
Nami adomashi any experience fancy di Maria Bibia Eboko.
Okay. Yemkwe.
Fancy ma yenche tie for nemo makwa ban fambra some passports and no pay na. Yenkomo didie no mehwe bibi kakra wa Arsenal the ni aba behwe
some passports.
The technical level of this Arsenal team enye ade ba ko a e was he underestimating no and I underrating no. Let me use the right word, underrated. Now, what do you know to one of the biggest problems I get Pep Guardiola enya oba Premier League ni mu obehunu ye in the second season. Our the Belgian league no. About raising the physical levels of the team. Inti assassin no oba na our sign technical players no oja bebre na kwan. No lito beko. Even Claudio Bravo mukrombe na mu nyina kro oja mu kwan mo ye dey ekoye. And the understanding say ubehunu say in the league na ye born analysis a football na ekono. You don't only need technical quality to survive, you need your physical levels of your players to be risen. And some what me achieve bibi no. And then the leading her players are signing recently. She Rodri height. Now Rodri physical if you Atletico Madrid buy. Rodri technical quality obi, physical quality he has it. What the other two China Zosco Vadiol share the physical quality and on the physical levels. They have the technical quality. Oberhe Nathan Ake for Bournemouth share the technical quality. They have the physical attribute. Share Ruben Diaz physically or your fit. I know they introduce you force 9. It's a DNT no San Adrian also go fast striker ban. One fast striker or striker a ball at the feet. Or no a ball as 9.5 striker said the city canon no. One coffee beyond for number. Now o choose obi or height or physique. I will bet me abo goes the man when him one them. I will fell in Holland in the buy. What am I say? Odi ano no kwato nchen na ne wingers ye hwan mo. Na ne wingers ye Riyad Mahrez. Any few folding mo. Look at the technical quality or the technical level of Riyad Mahrez. Na wahwe the physical levels. Or technically Riyad Mahrez e was so. But about physical quality na no so form kakra into okofa one and then buy the replace Doku. So you can have a certain level of technical quality, But if your physical levels does not match the competitive level of various clubs as you see and they are ultimate more. Enfa. It is share Arteta with Arsenal. The difference between Arteta and Arsenal and Manchester City's Pep Guardiola, they've also developed a certain level of resilience. And on pick more physicality levels in terms of players, ahead of players, more technical. So, oral signings now, not for Declan Rice now, but Declan Rice does not have the technical quality like Rodri. But in terms of physical levels, Declan Rice is there. Gabriel Magalhaes, only the technical quality of Bruce Bebresa to say the likes of Manuel Akanji. And Yosko Vadiom, but in terms of the physical levels, he is there. The William Saliba offers you a certain level of technical quality and also offers you a physical level and also what's wrong. It is really fullbacks. Wakofa Julian Timber. On the technical qualities, no, what's wrong. Physique, ne sa so yede, what's wrong. Open left back, Wakofa, why Calafiori.
Yeah.
Physical levels, no, what's wrong. And a technical quality, no, what's wrong. It is Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino is not technically extravagant. To say the way Zubimendi and Fabio Ruiz move to manipulate the balls, but he's good. But the physical levels, no, so yede. So you look at the signings Arsenal FIFA now.
As was Pep line.
Was Pep line, but the difference between on the Pep saying yes and now he has adopted a certain style where obetimi agile possessive football not to baby goes aggressive man to man with a mid block or a low block just to prevent you from scoring. And they've also mastered the act of set pieces. Pep Guardiola is not a master of set pieces. Pep Guardiola and change that trying. Now set piece in Kwani about Pep Guardiola the only so no be create chance or be show. Fancy. Be build from the back, corner be fast be you play, be dominate to you players or be show. And he deals with the precision, passing, and possession. So already the quality of Pep Guardiola the money teams now Arsenal is going to become a different breed. On say Tama Asenvenga ba league ni no. No competition Alex Ferguson mono. Adeba kwa na Ferguson teams in Italy see Arsenal for the physical levels. It's your mobile almost a Roy Kina could be boom. Almost obi a kobi mu boom. No be almost frustrating intimidate Arsenal. It is Asenvenga team or the G League no unbeaten. In 2003-2004 the players had a womb. Laurent Etan Ono Bema and Casasso Campbell Bema Kolo Toure Bema Patrick Vieira, Bema and Casa won Fifio. There is back and mobile FM. Players are no more few, are no more technical quality on physical levels. And instead than Israel, Perez. What have Perez more money than move for Bloomberg, more than a Monchen change their call. On more physical levels, we need this rosa. But they made sure say a dominant with players on more physical levels to complement players on more technical levels no through to get the right balance and win the league. Into more competing in 2003-2004. Arsenal team they so much higher thing. Papa. If you bring physical, they will match you. If you bring technical qualities, they will match you. Whatever level you come at them, they will be ready for you. And this is the handwork of Edu and Arteta. Arteta try, but if Arteta and Edu and they know what they are doing. And then there was no way Paris Saint-Germain could find a way around them. Paris Saint-Germain technically no more brass and so with Vitinha. The technical quality Vitinha offers is was so Macrinos be more technical quality.
Yeah.
What did they mention last no? John Neves be more technical quality. Most of these guys are Mugugu anymore Bakola more technical quality. But Arsenal use your physical presence. Any set piece to win this game against Paris Saint-Germain. And Lampard can be. Also, I'm for the Champions League. Arsenal didn't get film. I'm not saying Arsenal will win the Champions League this season. Me have always said Arsenal. No. Acha mama yitina be 2 or 3 seasons come on the Champions League number. Arteta will be the first person to win them the Champions League. The league is also there, and they are trying to fight for it. And I think that is a massive job they've done. Now, Fancy, quickly, Namen Fancy. The Unai Emery biggest test in the Champions League, Abra Oba. He has so much experience in the Europa League. He has done so well with the Europa League. But when it comes to the level of quality Bayern Munich offers and brings into these games, they're different from the teams now with Asia. This is a well-drilled Bayern Munich side. But I believe Bayern Munich will concede in this game against Aston Villa. May Open Kano ne Ninuanom watch facility barrier or looking quite suspicious kakra. But if you are looking at who is going to win the game, I think Bayern Munich has always stood tall with players of more X factor. So Harry Kane or Olise or Serge Gnabry. Most of these guys, Jamal Musiala, these are players with the X factor. They could change the game for you at any moment in time. That is how we win the game.
Whoa, Mate, Mike.
I'll see me that say now. Endra Dortmund so etumre 7-1 against Celtic. Now, when say game Nisha say Dortmund share na Celtic for the then I saw we are in for one of the high scoring Champions League draws. But after the second goal and the third goal from Dortmund, it was just emphasized enyan tokwa Celtic bet me Makon for the entire 90 minutes. But my focus no will be off the pitch kakra near stance in him. You showed something about Dortmund fans, omo protest against UEFA. And yet the first time or more year, even the message omo convey, or the toswa UEFA mafia, the first time omo use, but you don't care about the sport. All you care about is money. A repetition of what they did in the Champions League last season. Omo yebi.
Sompa Sports.
November 2023, into the other where Dortmund prior to a game Omobebo against Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Omode an image of three personalities na so. These images represent Yokita Bono, the UEFA president, Odisika, Nana Odisika, Gianni Infantino. Then Nasser Khelaïfi, So, and then there is the UEFA president. Clearly, they were demonstrating, say, football no ewo a soul. Turn the soul of football for money. Until the spirit, the soul of a game now. Ye nim say the sport now ye preserve, ye promote, ye ma etumpon football je ntini yebo. Ye ni je na ewom no goals na ewom no. Now ya ma na broso. Because ye can be say too much of everything is bad. Now in pursuit of money, we have decided say you are sidelining other values of the game. So it is now about the quantity, the volume. Into a more football and a yenje. By your best sika. Into more football means that ye bohoma Dortmund no bet the ticket na aboarding. Aston Villa bohoma ticket aboarding or betting sika. Who is suffering? The fans. The fans no the spirit of the game. We are free more. So sumbia and any to me be and do football in HBU. So they are not happy and no complain is here. But I don't think UEFA will sanction them. UEFA bekan anuatum. In instances like this, the best response is silence. So oko react here. It will amplify the message that they conveyed. So UEFA take action. And some no more can amavo bebe person be hu dia ntina UEFA etwe Dortmund naso. And dia ntina UEFA etwe Dortmund fans naso. Asem way no more kind. So it will send their message across. Until last year, Omoya and UEFA did not speak. They did not comment.
No matter.
Yes, so it's likely this time around they will follow suit. They won't comment. That's the best response they can give. Because I don't know you're doing a quote and you can't engage in a battle against fandom and as a fans and then succeed. NC. And then they may call the aspect of the Green Brigade. Endra with the same stadium. Only Mr. Dortmund is Celtic. And I said, I think it's the last 2 weeks or last week.
Yeah.
You see that you never walk alone. Exactly. In China, and Yonko Faka Krebu, the body, the Omusha, no more body, and the Obiam be at home. But the point is that the Green Brigade, a Celtic fan group, Omoya Ultra. Now, these ultras, yet in 2006, but they've become so vibrant enough that Omo running a football academy in Jerusalem. Omo the Ada Academy. Now, the reason why they decided to protest on behalf of Palestine and then Lebanon. Message ben on the display. Wait then away game. By the first time, Omo protest to support the resistance from Palestinians, Say Israel for not to wash almost they have always supported them. And you want interest here. The background story is that Celtics, Ninchi, they are basically people or more every Ireland number brother Walfred. He was basically a priest. And Omobete Celtics, But unless we trace it back to the root, Celtics is a Celt language into the Celt. Celt ni enkophobia na omowo nsase so kopem se yebedi omoso. Ireland the first colonized way of England and Britain. It is documented say in 1196 AD. England for no ekodi Ireland for so nkuni mamoko na monster for any way for na wo ho no mo Cambro for te say the Cambro for no Welsh, Irish, they are not typical English. Ebedi almost said the abrofo no ebedi Ghana for so and the brofo and so abe fry kasa. So 1196 and yekodi Ireland for so. So the English had a certain control over them and omonam. Now during this period, most Irish people moved out of Omo location for Ahoto anyway. The most significant period, mass migration of Irish from Ireland, Ediako Scotland, Ebi ba Liverpool, and Ebi Kraso Airco the US of Omoko Boston, Massachusetts. It was during Google this. Oh, share and I way our phone the Google. Anne Gorta Moore. ANGORTA. More near MOR. Just Google it. Another great famine. Another potato famine. This is something that occurred in the 1840s. It lasted for 7 years. Until 1845 to 1852. There was a great famine in Ireland. A com kesiye. Now Ireland, the biani omudi ne kesiye pano a potato. A com no, it affected the potato aspect. Inti more like 3/4 of our population. About 3/4 of Irish population no. Be brena na come the diomo. At the yare, at the owu, and a buy. It is estimated that 1 million people died. And a certain 1 million people also decided to move out of Ireland in search of greener pastures. Into Ebiko, Scotland. Ebi Efa, a ship, say the Ireland, where Ireland, the island. Into shape, normally call Liverpool. Nebi so at the try at the call a year the US of E. Omomoko Scotland, no. Omunchi and a kote Glasgow Celtics. Ebi call Glasgow, ebi call Edinburgh. Scotland club FN say Hibernians, Hibs, and also a Irish for the kote war. It is a typical Irish club. Into Glasgow Celtic, ni root no a Irish. Now, omunim baby omu free, omunim omu history. Nkofo aye di omo so yaka omo ahye. They have been oppressed before. Because enyo omo pe ena omo de kan the United Kingdom ne ho. To munim sene yesi tietia nipa fa hodie so sene yesi etie. Ana ekom ade omo so pen. In fact, Celtics na yete say ye dey fundraising near their resiska and their cater for poverty amongst people living in that area. So Celtics was formed with a charity-driven purpose. Now Green Brigade no are following that route. Say, okay, Sadia, ye wing of Glasgow Celtic. Their club ne penobeti na ba yeso ye be ye dia ye pese ye. So they look out for the marginalized in society. And fa woni baby awo so Ghana hakra. Na obi tietia fa hodie so bibi nkoye mawa. You are likely to get support from the Green Brigade. And on my son, you ever find them, okay, almost finds Nina Bomu accumulative more than 200,000. But donations a two scanners is Sompa Sports. Me resiska. Emane bro fine na dia mono. And then they are able to use some for charity purposes. So they are very formidable, they are very powerful. Now they are mako peja. This Palestine and Lebanon, the end of their beam no. A recent event last month. In September 2024, Israel, a project TB. The project they did was that they wanted to infiltrate Hezbollah. Hezbollah yomo mukutia Israel in Lebanon. And Hamas, omua omukutia Israel, Palestine. Now Israel wanted to infiltrate Hezbollah. And what they did was that omo manufacture pages. Pages here, say radio talk or walkie-talkie.
Hello,
good. You the modified form of didn't come on. Now, most of these groups, they don't use normal phones in Fending Komo. most of their information anyway communication.
So they won't track
cryptic.
Okay.
Good. So Israel for no manufacture way be pages ni bebre. And almost setting up a shell company. You can't shell company a who ni ti hu ni dua. And almost manufacture pages even on the bombs mu. And almost turn them a Hezbollah for no. Into Hezbollah for the omunim so matter. And almost supply more members. Our members no do now or Lebanon. Into Obiana man ni page a boom nani pewu. Boom nani pewu. It has killed people in excess of 70. More than 3,000 people have been injured out of this. Into Omudi Lebanon for any, Omudi Palestine for any, and the Green Brigade decided, say, they will use a Champions League game to announce that there are oppressors who are oppressing the innocent people of Lebanon and then Palestine. Into a football match there, but it is a better amplifier of social injustice.
Well, Evans, Senna. Ivansina message say we need this Green Brigade to intervene in Ghana football. And Mensa Patrick can so say I like the history. Nanajman Mike Nanajman Samba you announcement can just say Friday. Or for lunch and hook. Nanajman lunch and now Friday they can obey the Friday. And then Wednesday was a Friday.
Friday.
Also,
obviously a Green Brigade come bra for Galamsey fight, you know.
I almost a Ghana football now.
Maybe I stop Galamsey in Ghana, not
maybe in Kolana, we are involved when such attacks occur, and we are innocent. The operations and the manner such groups like Hezbollah, Hamas operate, Mike, you have no idea. They use children for bombs.
Wow.
Yes. And they believe that Islam says that when you die for a good cause, you go to heaven. So, yes, I mean, look, yesterday night, for 3 hours, 30 minutes, I was watching live 200 ballistic missiles from Iran to Israel.
It's because of that. Lebanon for no way, page a bombing. It affected the Iranian ambassador to Lebanon. Now Iran for no reason is most of very retaliating.
The point is that Hezbollah is an arm of Iran. And Israel are masters of secret intelligence. They know all that. What they are doing is to make sure they break down all here. Building 3 now, Israel lower, I don't know. Do you know what they do there? That is where they place their bombs and arms. But building a bioba sumpane sumpasi. So why drink crank kohunda? See a kuni paba where also I don't know yes, but there is a look. Israel KGB intelligence, we see the number 2. Mossad, no, Israel is Mossad, Russia is KGB. Mossad, listen, they know what they are doing. Yes, I'm sorry, but in Crawford, but sometimes these are the cost. Netanyahu can see. You be ready for damning consequences. So you ready? Oil prices will start going up very soon because of that. Of course, yeah. Yeah. Iran is a major member of OPEC.
Whoa. And
it's not only Iran. Saudi Arabia will come in. Qatar will come in because they have relations. UAE will come in. It depends on who it affects. Okay. Already, Saudi Arabia and Iran, they are have their own issues. They would never have any successful bilateral relations there. So that is also there. Now, Saudi Arabia want to merge relationship ISR with Israel through US. So anyway, because of Kofa being quick one. I mean, I think performance by Dortmund was very explosive and almost stampede authority on the game. But I must say, Celtic were horrific in defending. I mean, horrible. And the mistakes were so basic. I mean, look, for the first goal, you don't blame Kasper. The centre back too were off. Trusty Austin. I mean, he was off. The 1v1, outside tried to play high line, and then Guyton a bit here. Now as a goalkeeper, who watch it baby free bar? Who say Kasper, but so close angle no. Because he's too experienced to know what to do, but it's hard, it's difficult because close angle no. What do we play? And also know when me. What do? You don't deliberately go say you are fouling him. But in that space, the player was intelligent enough to drag the feet, so you'll be forced to touch it. And that was a brilliant intelligence. At that moment, you need split second to know what to do. Player boom. Sorry, I say na keeper, but he didn't do that, and that was a penalty. And then but you realize that even though Dortmund, we trust me, on any day a good team, Dortmund will not be able to score some of those goals.
Yes,
because the equalizer you talk about, and no mistake from Emre Can, Engels cross to Daisy Maeda, and then he took his time, kept composure. Gregor Kopel knew he scored. But then look at the third goal, for instance. One pass from Julian Brand, especially Trusty. Then Karim Adeyemi was there. And these are things that anytime you are playing against an opponent and you know how quick, intelligent, and mobile and clinical Omotieno, you don't play high line. You need the quality players to be able to read, especially at the center, but to be able to read in between the lines and know who to pick and how to pick runs before taking such a stinker decision. So that punished them. The third goal, for example, look, a corner kick by Cross. Now defenders the way and I got to carry Adeyemi. I mean, these are elementary mistakes that you don't make. And then the fourth goal, Uko 2-9-1 win. I mean, Engels again. Clippy, Karim Adeyemi, come on. I mean, I'm saying, look at the decisions, any bad tackles leading to you. I'm not taking anything out from Dortmund, but I'm saying this Champions League for God's sake, and you expect technical ability and intelligence level of players who come to bear. Nippon mention, but or show crowd, you give it your best. But yesterday, Celtic were in 6 and 7s. Look, fifth goal, no, my dad the ball or Bobon Koche, Karim Adeyemi. Come on. Even at this level. So it was calamitous. I mean, I'm happy for Giresse. I'm a free Stuttgart by. I mean, he's been doing very, very well. Yesterday, he had a brace. I mean, I've signed a penalty or share. Bona, Nico Tratterback passed not the man. He was brilliant. And he finishes so. But in moment like this, what you do, you stamp your authority, you take your chance, you score. A mad players too confident, a mad team, no believers. This was a team that was in the finals and lost to Real Madrid. So, but this boy, and I was happy for Julian Duranville. Yeah. Well, I'm impressed. This boy, young player. I mean, Obey Mons of Karim Adeyemi. He came on and he was, I mean, showing brilliance. Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with him. And once again, the project thing. But because I'm an African, so I'm happy for him. Well, a good player. Even Guinea crowd, the recognition he needs. Yes. And I think that coming to a big club, the players who are going to play according to his strength, which yesterday they did. And for me, it was a great. But Monkache, Barcelona, your coach, you know, say, Sebio, this is Barcelona. And Oba, until I say how we do things. And as a coach, you don't go and take the risk, needless risk, he take against Osasuna. You don't. Who need the options? The Papa Wano, even if Uru Tetigra, make sure at least they play the first 45 minutes to make sure they cause the havoc to the opponent. We are now more resting for the Champions League. No
opponents no Mohamed.
How many minutes will the player warm up in? Osasuna no always Uko Bono. Gerard Martin or inexperience or Yakola. Pakubasi or Yakola. Mpenyifona Aro ni Inigo Material and Ebuana Kakra. Then you also have a situation whereby Sergi Dominguez. I'm not so Akola. Eric Garcia Onya de on him. How do you prosecute this? So that's how we saw. But Enrano, when he started with the best, apart from the fact that Daniomo Sebi would have started. But if you see the lineup yesterday, I mean, a true representation of a Barca about 80 or 90%. And don't be surprised at all. But Pedri yesterday played masterful game again. And shows that when Pedri is fully fitter, the vision, technical ability, the awareness, and his for the pass and precision is excellent. And yesterday he proved it. Yeah, Inigo Martinez going on.
Yes.
How he picked the ball, what he did. I mean, he was spot on. And for me, with time, this team DB Amaka is in 2 years. It's working project. The stadium will come to full fruition next season. Revenue will be generated at least per way, 40 to 50 million euros. Because before, the stadium was dismantled. We're making 25 million euros on average a year. On average, per match. on Monday sales and revenue and hospitality. Some money stadium, so now when the new stadium come into fruition, the Nike deal is almost close. It will be announced very soon. Now, next year by summer, the club will be able to. Oh yes, but we we need to invest more in the last year and to do a balance of recruiting few quality and then more way now.
No, he was
on your praise or deserve a credit.
No. Yesterday he was master. Yesterday, and so now if you have Benal Casado,
consistent,
very.
Oh, Gavin Yamba. Rafinha. Yene Express Group and soon we opening say on where there.
All right.
Why? What Bobo and Komai?
Okay. Anopa chief nyina. Anopa dey me focus back SAT exam no so. Sa test na your friend SAT no. One of the tester obi ewie high school. Okay. Obi wie high school or US na opeso college ochro.
Okay.
Na omode assess ne aptitude. So a standard tester broni friend scholastic aptitude test and a scholastic assessment test. Na obi wie SHS ewe ha na obese oku school ewe US it is the best test to write. Certain. Now, man for ya no musat now people get confused about it. I want to give a little information about it today. Certain generally in the whole year it is written about 7 times. Afimunu nyina yetron about 7 times. So on different dates. Nyame ya doma me date I think 5th October. They are writing one.
Okay.
I cut 2 opportunities for anybody to be able to write this year. I cut 2 opportunities. Into you'll be a person be this year piano. I cut November 2nd, 2024 is another date for SAT. November 2nd. Registration Gusuana. Registration deadline October 18th.
18th of this month.
Yes. 18th of this month. The more person will show November 2nd, no. By 18th of this month, you should register. And the last date for the year is December 7th. I think that very day now yet to and and also new registration in November 22nd. Deadline no. No more late registration. Usually 3 days after the deadline. Or more late registration, but it comes with extra cost if you're doing late registration. I cut 2 opportunities for this year before the year ends. Sir, kwanya mienu no be was obi to me a register na watch SAT. The next one will come March 8th, 2025. Na SAT no who here to the extent that nkofua a pese a free ha teacher eco school or America. Na nipa no bebre no ano epese 1 ye be consider our application non tem and then 2 ye be consider for scholarships. Eba no sa no the best test to write on top of your wasi is SAT. Inti sa brain no a yenuanom awie school ewo fie the next 2-3 months before their wasi results are released no a good time for them to, yes, take the opportunity. Now, people also have some questions about it. How long is SAT valid for? Metra, Ebidi Mredo was saying. Generally, if you won't read much about it, we will say clearly, and people should take this clearly. Pacho, Obia Nyimanu Zibone. Oshemu Jinya, what we say, and can say that ni time out the DSPI. But colleges know about picky admission. Access no any time to so. Some of them, if it has taken up to 5 years, some of them will look at it. But currently, most of the colleges will look at what you have written in the last 2 years. This also not 2 years a tremor. Colleges would not want to accept it. And sana ube decide this you should have it in mind that the next 1 or 2 years I will make good use of it. so na ochro wie ye no
do kre wi amen na so
debi ochro wi amen na so nti ochro na no na wa start say we di hu nkomo say me we schools am person may apply to and all of that. Now there are lots of the colleges are apply a basic thing they will ask before they even consider your application to whether give you admission or not. But some of them too, they will just take it when you are looking for scholarship. Usually, when OWASI results only are strong, na unya very good score. SAT no more. Na SAT na math and English test. Math and English test. Much of logical reasoning. Well, some of them are even primary school mathematics.
Oh, okay.
But the way they ask the question and frame it, the answer.
Also, so nipa na registration we out me ba mama no ebia guidelines name way kakra.
Yes, ntino your offices ni nyina ye bia yap no ato ho. Ye wo tutors e wo ho a take you through clearly how the questions are answered. They will teach you how the questions are answered. In fact, your times are unya base ye nchire o ye mbo outside no a time bia ye ma ye internal assessment. Every week your internal assessment that we take you through so that before the time because we ye wo bra oni yesua de no wangaza bu so mo ayedu. So because results no hu hia ye nyina nti ye ka kire atiefo nyina ye nuanu mo wie school fresh titro that take advantage of this period that omanim no get to any of our offices na yen register but that's no so interest obo anu wie school be 4 years 5 years ago na one chrobi but the results no so strong. Okay, so what we can also do about that is that Odeba will look at it and we can help you secure admission. So certainly no content but if you don't have it, maybe I want 4 years, 5 years. Once more than 10 years, no. If the range is still between 10 years, we can still help secure admission for you and get cheaper fees for you. Inti abusia for ensure so sa emfamai.
My location numbers name.
Okay. Inti your location no Kumasi yawo Asafu Labor Roundabout. Asafu Labor Roundabout no for 0555 0067. Yawo Edum Railway Police Station, Kingdom Curtains Abrosem, and also for 0249 000 448. Yawo Kaneshi First Light traffic light, and also Uber for 0552 82 77. Afi yewo Sunyane Silver House Abrosamo. Ewo Sunyane High Court edan no nchen hwa and also so betimi afre 0555 782 224. Kotamala yawo Ayana building mu opposite Tamale Teaching Hospital and also betimi afre 0508 111 343 and my latest officer war Kaswa opposite Abamo near Gestap Clinic and also sono ube to me afre sa yen office no so I was 0556 625 816. Finally yawo Lashibinso Lashibi Golf Filling Station B our Washington Bay Golf Filling Station when you're heading towards a Sherman.
Sompa Sports.
Also with me after 0594 580 183.
Okay. Well, I say Express Group and Penifone no sat. I won't come on any D. And Yababe call break up a Magdi Cardia to him, sir, the Ghana Football Association. Confirming the tennis Ghana and Sudan Ebekoso ewo the Accra Sports Stadium won hyehyɛ no nti CAF empanifo ama ye kwan a confirm say PBI all done tie betimi abo game no ewo ho won na won personal and in the blind curtains my catch all say won be the designs ewo ewom ene Calais ewom matche ema odeko aye kama OP ene diaba na goose asaba ntimo mo bese mutubi ekoton na munya mo mfaso no obebo mo de yanse oni OP ebe kasa 3D wallpapers ene ne blankets afei unya best spread ede akọ hotel ho ana se wo guest house ni mo unya bi ede akofia ya wo king size ene queen size afei duvet no ni nyina no nsabe kan de TV backlighter or the board flash screen a cheese self ring light there's a plastic wardrobes center carpet air diffusers and a wall clocks and a water fountain OP and a mobiato a doom PZ one more na kwesi Ajman building emu ana ayakronom hayano one more our barrier and a market a D and share 0540 353750 time haba Mr. Ewe Jaso Enyana oba wa from men bi wa for so enyama ana bana onyam nimru mfie dumienu emane numbi na mom time haba Mr. Eye drama catch say honam yo basabasa otinka so apom den no esisi so ye aso honam eyo mre untimi nsore enyu dwumadi abeso dia generally wo body no wote yawa aye time haba Mr. malaria fever no ebetu ase na fe loss of appetite and so akọ ana time HH about Mr. and the capsules no emu bia beto bia eye adwuma baako aira se woto baako agya baako emema enum emanso na siesio ama neoma so aye fine ediamao 0244 417669 kwabana furo ahona akwakodu fufuo ane bush meat no na bush meat no masa makacho se akokohwedie wom Roma confirm account afi say your train any akrantie so wotena ba bia the environment in a conducive kama just a very hygienic environment ho ana akwakotena no wadi kama afi so we your program be some what an engagement no birthday parties and jumade bia wodi a obeso be serve fufuo ne bush meat e wase no kwamna furo aba be serve amanyoma so I fine ejama trade omo infinity ho 0534 662415 yako break aba quick yen chakra yebeba sisi ayen komra
Mama kwa baba gentleman dental clinic yedwumadi ya yedi ane say yebesiesie wosen na yabo wosen ho ban ama wonum enso ati anase wosen animonyam so afa ntuma pa efi wo fixed one no anase yeta frɛ no permanent one no eno susu yesi a untimi entu bi eno ene frɛ no PFM bridge anase PFM crown afei yesan eye cleaning services oba ye profession no mu na ye frɛ no scaling and polishing se ebia enema bi ahyehyehye esen no mu se bi wo kasa etimi ma pampan ene ade ebamu no oba gentleman dental ye ni nyina bi ewo ho gentleman dental clinic ye wo Koforidua Central Police Station enchen ho na wodru enkran so a ye wo nungwa na atomic down do me kwa benya runabout no so ho na wodru takwade pipe ano traffic light na ewo pipe ano ho ye ni OGN bank na wo the same premises na kachiman so ye wo magazine market kwan no so ho anase opposite AY Ahmed na wodru Kumasi Abrepo Junction total filling station ho traffic light na anihwe G runabout no free total filling station na ya bron sign na edi ho ye adwuma free eda joda kopem eda memeda witini afre ya homa no e wo 055 913 9582
if I shop na me sha dia o bag
bra ade enna so biem
na tell me about me see ba queen why me say
bra said the time about Mr. Esia Jimmy ni fiefo enya dia ba ko pe ebe so ye
me dey do this o fa ni nyina
bra se me ka se me di time about Mr. ho adanse a riase nyina ebe te me nka enti se malaria wedra ni time about Mr.
enya nu go die na nu mato a wontimi eni die no wedra ni time about Mr. edre enye ma oba wa fa afuro die wo ma akoda no fo ene akoda woni fie dumienu ansa na obeto time about Mr. edre ibi no hwese wako hospital anasa lab am wo hu se wo achidi malaria ibi ansa
ayo se time ni TIME time about Mr. afi malaria fi baby adani ziba ewo mu no ebe tua ubenya bi ato ewo over the counter medicine sellers any herbal shop to do na mu FDA agi edwadue nkratoi atom
Abusaka kraka bi wo hanu meja tom na rewu sebe wo mi se abofra ketu a wanya 2 years aka dai ba ku nti African Spider-Man bla me abofra ketu a mu na nipa ho hia dede bi ko so no ti kame ho ni ko hwede wo mbia send African Spider-Man and Baby say Bob of Faith. But preoccupying who's African Jacks, what Baby say Bob of Faith, now we secret piano, anything. Imboost herbal mixture, and only me secret. Now me yet to know how to form. And a police me do what I said, many names sunshine. Now me so a boosting immune system. I'm a semi trainer, I'm the come on. I'm going to come with home so a cost. You class up, Metaya Yale, I'm my lattice latitude, me Yabaku. And yet, Nakoso. Hey, Spider-Man, what are you going? I'm a cratching.
Ubenya Imboost herbal mixture, our pharmacy, and answer herbal shops. A pin for any Colombian if you do me, Enom, FDA, Ajigadi Tatui at Sawope wallpapers, papata, or P wallpapers, and American for amount. Sawope wallpapers at their decorative offices. So fee and sorry, say ye perhaps Sawoto, baby Bia Wian wallpaper, dear do Juma Biano, or P wallpapers, Efro, Yama wallpapers, a macho blind curtains, a band of bedside lamps and so on, or P, MR types, or mass shapes, colors out Nina, Ubenya Biato, Ewana Sueho, say open LED backlight, at the above flash screen a chia, and also OP, Ebemobi, Sompa self ring lights, Ado phone bishim, a OP wallpapers, and Ebema self ring lights, OP, Ewo Kumasia Doom, first floor, Nana Kwesiajman building, Tafo, GNTC building, first floor, Anachronom, our barrier, on the market and Edian share, so open wholesale, and answer retail, any OP, any in South, for OP, our 0540 353750.
712
Here is to the friends who took the chance with no regrets. Investors no more hating fortune. To the health workers who diagnosed drugs every move. And then to the hard guy who couldn't hold his emotions. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hand-earned stitches into a bundle of joy. And now, here is to you. Your next big win is right here. From 1st July 2024, dial star 712 hash. Nakoswa 12 tickets as a group, individual, to win in the community draw or the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash.
Created by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Mamisha, time HH Heba Mr. Bina Unumi, and ya what dropa, a ya draw. Ejadro say mani peduan kwamwa enya hoden na akwatia yare entwen yare ansan wakwakoto fire wadro na nom no abribia Kanoga Company Limited what the time TIME ebedwaso wono a na the time HH Heba Mr. edia bedwaso akra wonyanya mfirisia dumienu enum bi wo pemfo ene oba wo makra nufo enso enum bi time HH Heba Mr. wo benya bi
over the counter medicine sellers any shop dodo na mu
se wo pedodo to afre 0244 417669 0244 417669 time HH Heba Mr. Ejadro say FDA adje ejwadie nkratoe atum.
Yes, a brand song from back from the break. Yemre na fi yemre rem and so e will fear real quick na yemre to us. So but in the meantime, yene Jerry Nas and Penfor and Casa real quick na fi yema kwama Mrs. Nkotwa the jumedi. So Mrs. Son we dey.
Pardon.
long time.
Sompa Sport.
For Nanti, boy,
Yadencha if you Jerina Seba Center, Emma Obibia Ote and na Osen Sheye, it was Sompa Casefide, so Jerinas Eba a just so I say, or Bomodin, who ye pa my idea hodo, if and so echo. Yea, na ye did Jerina Seba mixer, and it Jerinas Vico mixer about a just so, a dronimi and unionano, a bia when a juma a year, it will any pedrianum, a dream will be answered when any pedriamoa. Woten kana wonyan punsuya se ni ade bi edro bi ewra ni peduanum de edi kan no yenko na yenhwe Jerina Seba mixture no dwuma edi ewo ni pedua mu edro we ene bae a mema na to ni din abibidro mu commando che se wra ni pedua ni mu a ebobo yade ahodo nyina ema no efri ni peduanum ekọ Jerina Seba Center no ye kira kwan ne obremman Kumase bremman ye ni DVL bremman de no ena ebo ho me paacho ye ni akiri kura enti ndro no baby awo a upe bi etu aton na upe bi ato ba ko mienu miensa na pharmacy shop any chemical shop bi ebe wonu ubowura ho a unya ebi eto Jerina Seba mixture eye dura yaye edi aba ma enne ya bibremu haidie unya bi na wono mo ebo ye pa say malaria say typhoid say jaundice yade ahodo bebre ena dure esasan say Dr. Jerry atonebo ase akeka ye habama no abom na wode ko food asoye no so na ja authority yaje atum say dure wunum bia ya bibi mem ha broni kra no bia wan na wa wotia bibremu ha enti enkasa manom aduro anom mi hunu ehwe Jerina Seba mixture eboa emenipadua ne sisi ne husu ye pa oba wasori anopa wo se me hunam enye me ye mani su ebreme me nante kakra bia na mabresa wo ye bema so ye oba ne nyina wonya sansunsanso ebia wonom Jerina Seba mixture ebeboa pa afe oba bi wo honom wo se me bu mi nsa emeye we kra de eye bonus na eba beboa wo ubenum adre atere baako mienu miensa anasa roba no a ye de asaso se yenom de baako mienu miensa daily no ubenum 3 days no behu sesese wo bra so pa se e we se obu unsa ebeba mo wani agekeke enti wo se me bu minsa emma busumi mienu ne membu minsa eba baako ana atwa saafo ni nyina yempa Jerinas heba mixture won na di kan enum adure no adanse a wo di fa ho enya asem kotoa bo modern akopa baako adure na so yie enti wo banum baako bewie no wankasa behu se manum aduro na aduro we die edi etwem Jerina Seba mixture no so eboa ma ye maame no a won aduru won menopause pen so no ana andropause for mema no asebe nyine ne ya kyem akasa no ya doso no obi wo ho no mo se me de me na tia fam kakra bia na me na no ehye me anasa me honam nyina adwa me ya so ahwe na ye hu se ye maame no manum bi edi adanse enti so maame bi ofie na waduru sa stage no na o complain do ada bia o se no ho hyehye no o de na tia fam wo enye ye ne nsakro de so ade ma na ewo so Jerina Seba mixture du papa enti kwana kopa bito ennom ye number 0538 44 11 0538 44 11 Dr. Kasamu number so 0241 814 677 number me boy ye die good TV no so na bia na wutie o radio so eno nsi ya bo number no edi ama o ye kira kwan so ye wo bremman ye ne bremman DVL no ena ebo ho ankasa oba beduru ho nom no oba beto Jerina printing press wo ho ena afa Jerina Seba Center no so e wo ho enti heba mixture no eyema mema eyema ma ena afa Jerina Vico mixture no so eno de mema na to adi adro we se de mema ni si nom no ebo ya adwene ye nti ase so edre ye milbista ewre ni padua no maboa ma woni padua ne munye den obi ho no ye adwuma kakra bi o se me honam ye meja misisi ye maame no mamokoto sori anopa awiane anajo no Jerina's Vico mixture ena ebeboa wo eboa ma hoode sonko abani padua num na afe didi ya watimi adidi ye udidi soro didi fom obema bi ho no se mintimi ne me yiri enhia eno ti amantokwa akasa ne dos dodo me dofo wo tie me na wo hwe me se wo hwe mo TV so na say with me radio so a bowura pharmacy shop chemical shop herbal shop bi e be wo na ka kire storekeeper ne say me pa cho ma me Jerinas Vico mixture na e de mema timi nom eye mema e ma nso yanom o ai yanso yanom e ma yate nka no esisi ye banche da ho obo ne se ne etie bia me pe no ene nyina atwam pa enu ntino sa wo yire do fa sa kwan no so na wanka sa wani ne ho akopɛ Jerinas Vico mixture ne bi na efa emma no mema do tatashe aboa yi yam ensisimu amamman aboa yi ni pe mema yentinim e ma nso yentinim na yetimi kwa yetimi aba dodoa wo pe dodoa atuo no ye kwa aboabu station na ye bisa se ye pe amayeb a me pa acho ye be hu amayeb e wo aboabu station all the aboabu station ne number e na edi kan no na so pe dodoa nso so etu na wo ba breman DVLA anasa number emi ensen that TV ne so no wo frɛ bi a ye be boa wo na ya kyerɛ kwan ne ye anade a wontia se bia no fa number no na doctor etie na so wo frɛ no a watimi a kyerɛ mu nia opasa wo te ene nia wontia se doctor number no e ye 0241 814 677 0241 814 677 and 0538 48 4411 number mi enu dia wo be frɛ bia no ye baba modern na ya jewo so dia wontia se say ye Jerinas Seba mixture say ye Jerinas Vico mixture e do betimi atoni mi enu nyina ne bo enye dentu to we na wo to we ya be ma e be boa we oba fiti kuro e be yie no na esiesie wa wo de e ma watimi afefra ma be ma so enum Jerinas Vico mixture no e be siesie sperms no ma be ma sem etimi agina ye na akọ oba nchan a enegye etimi awie peye edure mi ensa nyina no e wo pharmacy shop ni chemical shop se wo pedo do atu aton breman ye ne DVL no e na ebo ho fra ye numbers na ye de agu so na de bobo ma wo no na gi nkyeremu bi a open no nyankopon insha that's ne esa no e be
business no and the man no so mo atenka ba soro ana ese yes sie
there be
okay business here that say right into Jerinas ana yene omo area Jerinas about center no e wadwa so mo ngibie na mo bobo beboa wo yemran sem no so ne outstanding matches mienu e wo ho oboa say here we come mo ho echi fufuo ni bushmeat or some may simple crash shadow be echi wona bet wona bet na agenda chinjere de yani e twa sendo why aha wona Santoro ko boasini nso atreman wey outstanding league match I was a Barcelona Summertex and so any Gold Stars a game na beba so and so I was Samra boy two matches ni nyina no ye bedun kumare update beba na ya hwede aka no so e de fro no mom I won hwe ya ankomo bebre e ba wo abra parliament na our friend Saran Diaby and so ko drew empanfonim sitting e ba so na wo churchem de ntia the Ghana Football Association executive council members no aya na yetua bonuses and so edema when nyina na yenkoma amo page ba $100,000 each no and okofa sankomo yi and so eba yentie no.
Management committee members are not paid a salary or an allowance. So you could be on a management committee for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years. The GFA does not pay anything to management committee members as monthly allowance or sitting allowance, even when they attend meetings. It's not done. I have been a management committee chairman for God knows how many years. I have never been paid a monthly allowance by the FA by virtue of being a management committee member or a sitting allowance.
Wo abedi na me te ho na diama ye beba so enche bia na mom amame Frederick Asare nso ya Sanduro ko goalkeeper omo bo nso atreman ene na ose kwan bia so a must win ema Santogoroko.
We know there is much expected from us, as it said, and that who much is given, much is expected. So the fans are expecting, the supporters are expecting a lot from us, and we are also expecting a lot from ourselves. So going into this match is a win game. It's a win game. We are very determined, we are very focused, and we have to do this for them because we know we are not playing at Babayara, we are playing in Obuasi, and our cherished supporters come all the way from those places some from Takrady and all.
And he said, Koroko Bob was na bimu free chiri and bana baba man draw masa was so besh in Tianadi midweek or say a must win a basa cram my quinwa. Tiano, I don't know. Nameba Prospocum Ediano before Jean's toothpaste and a Jean's toothbrush and so Abamodian Sobe GB Wayne Nabusian Chemfa. Ya was Jean's total care and no AG near can say plaques no any tooth decaying in ano at the efro a ball send ho by. Nama Jean's white and ama synonymonium and so by pa a son ebay febema minty fresh breath. Our Cassani pound oko squeeze and nabeso foul kisses our friend Niagara and also Emmanuel my very simple amount. Jean said balakita natural herbs and until ball gum and bar protector seno na sa show do send the free morning in our said a bear. I believe I was saying and so many na ho de ekita branch and so I would running in an ever jason kwada dear and penny for dear and yana it is all baby out market so mini mart and supermarket in ano was so Jean's toothpaste and in a brush Buffalo Polo and so same African print and one what that's what they say packages in the door so pa now Buffalo Polo is a place who order a da before 10 a.m. about the close of that said day on Sabeka Watati nemum after 10 o'clock a.m. and no just all the next day on Sabeka Watati no anti companies and schools amobese ya pam dodo amamon kwada no serebea bobenyam Wednesday where Friday where no Buffalo Polo and a Jew simple as American print no and another pam v-neck round neck and a chasania can say diakani in no benya bi and our Buffalo Polo and so lapel tops and in the down which made the show sneakers and I saw kicks which made the ball a shoe and a chess African slippers and in an ultimate share MAE and a kaftan so or pam MAF pa na so my depam obeso on the Buffalo Polo juma essence and juma ni mo trentino wo J afofro obehuno ewa henema kokoben of Santase Obuase kwan so 0249 600789 Qualitac Dental Clinic was a bra complete dentures obayamau a dental implant and abesoye cosmetic dentistry we will be our seno eswabu obeso fele and as a kakaba dotom yentu senior replacing famau and as a wotemin car we a teeth whitening cleaning and a polish and abesoya a Qualitac Dental Clinic and so and say yen can't bra problem bia or our numbiano coho our a year patase or more Vegas our main stretch anymore 0538 250078 now kakani nano omonso hwena omomo mami coach aye prosper nate ogum on aye insuatere man match and area no yenti asano coach.
They are a very good side. They have a very good coach. They can kick the ball very well. They are very athletic, and then they can run. They can cover a lot of grass. And then in terms of going on the counter attack, they look very swift and very direct at goal. They have very good goal scorers, and we need to make sure that as we try to score, we make sure that we keep our back clean and tight, so that if we lose the ball, we are not caught on a counter.
Yes, and no, I prosper Ogum Asante Kotoko coach, and I'll test your daily excepts Emma Fee or two so our problem back Kotoko face a anymore create chances or creating them finishing and no and a drink queen on the fast one so by what you on Asante Kotoko finishing.
That's going to make. I think we need to try as much as possible to make sure that we bury the chances that come our way early in the game, so that we can settle into the game, have our rhythm, and then get into our flow and make sure that we play within our game structure. So I think if we are able to convert the chances early, it will give us some stability and then rhythm in the game.
Yes, and no, Asante Koroko, Diamame Tamale Sports Stadium. You say from Enrade Benin and Anachas, Juma Gusua, Koso, the T Stadium, and Tamale Stadium. The chance roller and nam so I grass and what Juma. Chess, roller, you kind of be an I'm say, and nam grass and what to say. Ma, we know grass. grass. Oh, I agree. I fair. Zem say NSC phone in an yamma basso ministry, no, our sports ministry, ya bomba basso sans or more yajma. Moya, Yabeka, one year so I Yabeka, and Tiano, no, and it's a more yet I was here bomba basso. A crown so say CAF inspection committee, a buy so Maba J. Accra Sports Stadium, and to Ghana, Sudan. Ebekoso ewa Accra sports stadium hona Black Stars a game no enso ebaswe no enso aye ne kan sa temporarily ana say aye ka fa accept say Ghana betimi aboy wild things Accrans were yusupa as say say no man so aye fine na me ba aye we randia be dia no so afei mame ambe enso accept na wo chim the reason tia was esco members no I was so bia eje aye ne kakrawa o chirechirem esan said do apoto amafe no won chiri so odi num ana afen so sankoya omo ho na moba enti se koye na se success eba na so onya kakra omo deserve yentie no.
For management committee members are not paid a salary or an allowance. So you could be on a management committee for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years. The GFA does not pay anything to management committee members as monthly allowance or sitting allowance, even when they attend meetings. It's not done. I have been a management committee chairman for God knows how many years. I have never been paid a monthly allowance by the FA by virtue of being a management committee member or a sitting allowance. It is when you travel with the team, everybody on the team is paid a per diem. And you are also entitled to the per diem just like anybody else on the team. And then this issue of management bonuses and all that, I think that a lot of fetish has been created about it, and we need to deal with it. Look, why do we pay a bonus? We pay a bonus for recognition of success. So success has been achieved, and we think that it ought to be rewarded. And so we identify those who are responsible as far as the success is concerned, and then we reward them. Is that not the case? Now, I always ask, in this country, when the Black Stars fail, they fail to perform. What's the first name that is mentioned? It's the GFA president. Even before people go to speak about the coach and even want to speak about players, I mean, there are people who don't even know who the Mazer or the physio or the assistant coach of the national team is. People hold people responsible when there's failure. Why must these people not be recognized when there's success? If you think that it is okay to hold people responsible when there's failure, why must you not see it as okay to reward those people when there's success? Today, who has been invited by Parliament here? Who? Who are those who are before Parliament today? Why have these people been invited before Parliament today? It is because Parliament believes that these are the people who ought to be held responsible. It's because petitioners and some leaders in Parliament believe that the people who run this association ought to be held responsible for the result in the association. So if you think that people hold their responsibility or must be held responsible for what happens, why is it that when there is success and you decide that you want to reward the team for success, you think that a particular group must be denied that? It is okay to hold them responsible when there's failure, but when there is success, they must be exempted.
Nti se ene ensuo no hwie gu na boy hina de okonsuo na mode so bobo no so timi kwa ba duru fi onu kro ya ena wo se mode abasobo enso man is the reason behind omutua $100,000 each Edema aye executive council members our Brian Pierre and so our the World Cup inti eno no wa mezame bounce no ne mic na afi mahwem enso amame imbustaba mesha no police ni edro eni ebomodi anso bepebi enso ano men ha ho enkoka se bia wo be kirechirem eye imbustaba mesha eye police ni edro entu the okọ pharmaceutical shop okọ herbal shop bia ban also pe police ni edro enso ebi atobeboa e boost immune system e support no na fight e de atia ya de be se bana e be sa anasa betena oni preduane so anasa be se ha unum imbustaba mesha brebi apomden no enso e wo soro sanse yifin enso na de free ni preduane mu na boa ama bana se be manioma so awie peye kama enso e diama ye kura na ye de imbust pharmacy abehon e wholesale makacho se adro bia ye register e orthodox e adro anasa herbal e medicine bia bon e wo form ya tete so sanse honom e wholesale enko a and say o pharmaceutical shop or herbal shop over the counter drugstore open no ni bia tu enso akoton adro bia waten nka bia no obenya bia tu akoton e imbust pharmacy omo e wo ofin so ekwan so kodie 0246 208496 na onim panifono and so enkasa fibo ventures and so toothbrushes no e dwaso Ashford Princess evidence and executive and friendly nyina and some your toothbrushes are fibo and a day aba ana afri fresh herbal toothpaste and so juma pa was run a power brush teeth brushy error symptom yi nsan your money leftovers na ashe symptom nyina and some efro amonum ayesham e ma woseno and so change afa mana hoden amagam obrashu tit namoja efusi ase ben ebeja wa bra aye fibo ventures and your mano and now use Paul Segolin 0535452263 meza
fancy me say hey ka ni nyina ye nya hunu ba bia Ghana be born in next game
Enra, I was on no more for apologizes to Akomia. So Akomia says, "Ye Jacob Coast ni tumwa, nene more rem, I don't mind you keep Kusnatu.
Ah, yeah, also can't keep.
I was specifically keep Kus. I know by us, Akomia propaganda. Aye, na isi ase keep Kus ni si anya.
Sompa sports.
You see, fancy, we might take it, Ghanaians, ebi animguasi amami amfa anko baby anko. But this also shows the flaws in your system, how it operates in terms of making sure you're maintaining your milk cry. I'm telling you for a fact that I'm sure if you rematch where you need some transport stadium should be more. Oh yes, that has been the norm in this country. This is to play the game. It's just to save face. And Mguasia na say a pesi the paper. Sebi, yes, and Mguasia fato kainiba. And Mguasia fato kainiba no. We are ready to protect our image by spending millions of money for just approval. For approval. We are so much enthused about saving the reputation of Yankasa Yehu. To a certain extent, say it has to take the president of the nation to call CAF. A dear Netimima president who can to a certain extent or Tamphone intervene.
Yes, a biman.
And those people are still at work. The minister is still at work. And I say, yes, science, I no cry, penny free one. Nippon, no, not now, washer, why you money that then you know, Yasaben acting director. Oh, Bibian's side. Bibian's side. More victimize Professor Trumesi. But then, mo believe say, obi awareness who be any ministry who be a hote. Na nipa oba na nsia anenye ana akofa problem we nyina de aba Kumase yakwa kwahye nipa NSA director wa yakwari no yakwari Kumase NSA director a ono kra no suru kakra bi oba bi se wa hwe ne ye kra na ono so ebetima transfer no because already they are on transfer estate officer no baba yara no on transfer penifo ba ko mienu bi omo baba yara e de omoko. And this is where we are back to the same problems we faced for a long period of time. Me, I'm a Ghanaian, and Kenne, mema me ren who ebia mani beje say Yama Ghana the chance and opportunity to play on their soil. But on a more serious note, Boapayo, Adrem Bonnet, any a trimodin, and I may penny for the bedroom pempensuet to say. Oh, wow. Adrem Bonnet, a trimodin, yet the bedroom pempensuet to say. Mundi Mojuma, Nessa ni da home, and I'm the tewo. Muni mwajuma, nenso munye. You know what it takes to do something reputable. Kawe, enya fi na be atwuma mentwe se Ghana for be sorry da. Matena se am ya hwa ba bedum pempenso ati sei. Me ni gide wo muda. Na me kesi sudua se. Ye to aba ni wie se kukuru. Me say the stadium we are not going back again because the last international break I ekoni o. In 2024.
Say November so.
November international break.
September, October, November.
September, October. Yeah, back. Bare match.
And them
bare match. Yeah. To November no. Between now and November, number to Tunio Makakra, we maintain Accra Sports Stadium. Me see a to abani we are. We'll go back to the fort. We'll come and have this discussion again.
As a country, but not the government.
As a country.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Abanyo. This is not about politics. As a country, we will come back to this same discussion. Me say fancy, baby eti, and your mom you pen a me bon paise radin fandom ye, and what day, and then quatente. A radin we are mobile. No, my am what day, and then quatente, baby a minuti, will be having the same discussions about your stadium. Say, you renovate in any say. At least a country like Ghana, we should have 2 stadia, a standard, heavy, a pitch near world road, ya yebi biaye, and bomb by a franco for motor year juma, we pay them. As a pitch near Feniagro. The rest of the pitches, you can do whatever you want to do with them. But you know the texture of the pitch and the situation of the pitch, no, and they put your players in danger, even our athletes. Sunday way you know quite low. Your free say be a yanimanu ya, your former blaster match near you, your former say near you, but the health of our players, that means only Ghana Premier League, oh Hano. Only Ghana Premier League gamer, oh Tetin Abrabo, oh say in the future. Afi obedrum pempenso bia okobobon ni kotodwe nyina agono emu asensuo ye players ni ta twi nsuo firi omu kotodwe pa o kone de pane adwe ho pin ni atwe wo bobo no wa ha se ne nan na grass na se na ne anka ni nyina bubu nti otu kwan ya de ne koto machine so anya ACL ande na na ye ho sa anim guase akwa aba ya dia tumsumanum na aguase mu ye nipa bonefo
adai
mu ye nipa bonefo mutrimu adin na mutrimu asum munnim de ye so monye de oni papa na wanye no e bone ma no monim na aguase no na president efrefre kaf se kaf me ya adwuma fa mo na kaf emo aye ni ntimi wo se monim na aguase ye te ha mo be sa de aba me se ye wo krom ha mo be sa de aba as oman. No matter who is the president, we will discuss this issue again. It will come back. Nothing will change. It will come back. It will definitely come back. Fancy, away from that, Dr. Randy Abbey, he is one of the people that I highly respect when it comes to the OCT and Nyoma. And the entire me pen as empire Nyoma Minu or a pemuka. Anna on Kasa Bebre. He chooses the choices of his words so well. And some now all can to assume. But me in yadri.
Oh dear.
You see, to whom much is given, much is expected, Beboa.
Yeah.
It might be because of the qualification Ghana qualified. Inti Yamoma Basso Management Committee, Metimia Boma Black Stars Timia qualify for the World Cup.
Executive Council no.
What did they mention as no? It's more Cochrano. Not say $100,000 via BPM. You believe, say, why is it that when success comes, you can once, but when failure comes, Masa, if you cry a team crying away, you know, so could differ, but I know my meet me tough fried rice near Coco de Mao. Meboa. Opa akwori ne hwe. U school bag crown from refugee. Kwori ne hwe. And Ghanaians believe that the said amount is too much, especially because we've already qualified. Yes, it is true, qualified for the
because
World
I mean,
but the said amount,
not to catch me who post. Let me say na comment and I may go through. No, had nothing, and I say had no issue with ABS or MoGB because almost a but no more issue here. Amount na
the said amount that is being involved because Obi better say I should say fancy. Yanya this analysis.
Sompa.
Yet Kroma. You see, your coach is nibi one, dependent on the contract almost signing in Tibu and Omoka. Within that same period, not Black Princesses about games about qualifiers near more Muska. Within that same period, not under 23 for a mema. About games or Mubu no se mai. Omoka. Within that space of time now, your facility say, oh, Chroma in the crown, you won't so. Near the Dijuma because renovation in Koso. Within that same period of time, not ye lay workers off, but the mine. But my secure was a ritual mocha cram ya the contractors and I was almost a tibika. And you to me the was in the Kwani and Mocha. So you look at all of these pressing issues about people, then you see I qualify for World Cup with the end time $100,000 involved. Is this the first time you are qualified for the World Cup?
Whoa, Mate, me say Amidasi. Mike Mebaho, Kulun Ghana Limited, China for no, more helps in a binye a year drive for the Hyunchun capsules. I know Bema Johnson will come, Obama show, Wakwa Tigu, no hard one, Wakwa and Kwa. What do you Hyunchun capsules and a babuao? Hey, boys, nebro. Aha, Hyunchun bi no mebeboa na fe neoman so ai fine o Johnson na o Johnson roll for so ebeko adema ko say ball prostate en by Mr. Q ebema sexually o modombo wompem enso aye kama low libido ebejai premature ejaculation in low sperm count nyina no so beko oba wo de araba bazen tablet eno ana ebedu akagina mu ebe prapra wa yi fin e de free wase ebechi ebemo a ebe kuma bi kama ma okunu so kon bedo ne enkwara ne de wo jeje o ma se o ma san wi school for no kra de ne etimi so ba du huni na ma ne o manya fine ma 0244 275429 Mike ma memra ho ene mom sompa chede no ebebaso ebebaso timesra mo monji mo number yi se bia kan wakoma so de ebaso ankasa nye se ebebaso aha ene se bia ye ntoma se ye mo eya nwa ye nkosua ye nkokọ mponchi ne yobenya bia de kan wakoma mesra medical ka je se omamu nshira che ogene mum e mane nya nhwehwe ni mu mane kan wakoma se eno ana de ba san se ohu oye okunani ne che se omo ni bie all fans obia anti ye ma doye bronyan anti number no momo number ni edin no aye baba Tara One Media anasa Blessed Foster manin confuse obo na ba Tara One Media no ano na ba Blessed Foster so no so no momo number no 0598 559802 0598 559802 Sompa chede yebi na unshira no wanu ye no benya Mike
I'm going to continue for many bebre but my concern started with dear Kosi. It is a cycle. Yabekwa baba be CH but the obuama cycle ne kosono would have to be calf. Jamaican watias here.
Matiwasi.
2 years ago. Now your ball qualifies for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. In Nigeria, crucial one. And so we were left in limbo. Bisa questions. We even got trolled by some Nigerian legends. Daniel Amoka Chimuna game ni yeni baby cry born yeni team yeni stadium. Shadrach Bebuaya made the way not send in a WhatsApp. The publication of say Yaje Baba Yaratum for one match ne atrese adwuma ba ko mienu miense bi wo ho a e wo se ye. And then we also need to maintain a certain maintenance culture. It was all stated in the document when they agreed say you sue Baba Yarane they bought that one game against Nigeria.
Okay.
This was 2 years ago. Media Sani Shadrach WhatsApp so need no problem. in a year 2024, CAF ebai so abane Baba Yara from hosting a year future games. For
this I check away in mano.
Yeah, maintaining. Oh, there's some I can be cry, no problem. We did not maintain
Sompa Sports.
So the issue ning yes yen to me can your man boom and your miracle. I mean fambo game. But what happens afterward? See a ball game we are what next? That culture. Say a benya ope. Said the attention, the investment idea come into making sure say Anki Ebe prepare 2 venues nanka is suitable for CAF category 3 and 4 matches no. Sa attention na ye put it up in the last few weeks. Kopem si ye close Baba Yara na ye say and ye ma ye ni akọ Cape Coast ne Accra ne ho. Ni ye no. Ye benya sa ope e de aye se adwuma na to aso sa na. Ene ye baako. Aban ebe release sika e de ama NS no mom de dise adwumadie ne sa na. So eye suban. Ana suban na ese nyinsen. Oya dan a ebe pie. Enti we no ma gia tum de ye bebo. Ba ye bo wi a. This conversation about stadia and maintenance, it will not die. It will continue. And one thing I say, who monitor across all the media platforms, social media, wherever. Dodo na consensus is adentin na CAF atum say yembo. Anka we anka good news. CAF say yani Sudan ne yembo wa. Sanka yo sebo. But a dom no dodo na se there be a CAF pon mu di CAF ho yaw. So wagye atum say yembo game no one crying. Edi entia. It is because they wanted us to play outside. Nanka ye recording fan tour. Nanka entry aso ni ensua de emfemfrim. That is the only thing. But I am doubtful. Menichi di who say adia was yesua na yebesua na yedi ho dwuma. Enti we no in the next year or 2 we will be back and we'll be discussing these same issues. Enti enyas ye ni the competence, the know-how, but it is the will, the investment, and the commitment. Sa culture na as ya tu ya dream benya ye beyeno. Sa culture of emotuguo ye ni ye nku ye hon enya de no. And then the diaba bedrua ye disankon. But I'm happy for Sharani Zuberu. Zuberu ye a Ghana Premier League player, not about the Mad Dreams FC. But Andra, fortunes changed. He's now playing in the Champions League. Then he's playing with the likes of Erling Haaland. It is positive. It means, some pictures say, you know, the candidature in say, you can dream big. You can aspire to be big.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if you work hard, now you'll be a quine or bo quine toward the ma baby a quine near no be a fasono. Or no baby sa kunyane di amount. The first picture or the two swans and away sound so bano was when Omodene called Slovan Bratislava and Gigi and the shame fin cat and Sujinaho. Then he was sent there. Was some club no then Yanko be a quaima Slovan Bratislava, champions of Slovakia, or ma qualified by Champions League nibi. A beer quine they are toward their Masharani. We've seen Ghanaian players making moves, and it's always good when our players are exposed in this manner. Edmondado. Ediana ENPA, Champions League, where Sheriff Tiraspol. And it's our Quenya way, no, a body of my players now. A idea, but we're already having common idea, maybe Sati.
Oh, you be saying in you, I'm a Baba family course, no.
I have a certain concept about reward systems.
Mate, Mike.
For every Ghanaian.
What is Saturday? Mate. Quick, Mr. O, mini bread.
Mami wishi miyanka madam for pa ba kwa UCC de mame NK in team. Say or a law or also a law student sa UCC wa ko school na wi abo master say a law. Aha. The NK in team effect. Inti nyamisha student leadership for na bia.
Mami from a course 0551931931 0548931931 course no I sponsored 21st clinic at Daramani fa course no brand two sciatic nerves and so I say emma sciatic and nyina ebe ko sciatic nerves no what yawa branches out of Ghana and in the mountain so 05403113 311. Yemfa of course 0551 931 931 0548 931 931. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, no penny yet you. Okay.
Kakra, no can say, and thank you for Nankasano. I mean, serious. Oh, a man will back to try. One say, you're ready. Last board yet. And when I'm a fashion, I'm going to park. Young as a cracker, but Sekotoko, and I answer Boba. Yeah, you said you're mere fat and edge, you. So, what said you're not going to Mahokas? A money woman, you're more of Ghana. You can give me near my emphasis on of the as I one magnet one day. And so, about getting last time, no money under prayer to know to walk Ghana how Bobo born. I said, they are making a trouble, Bobo, and I must need to have with
Yeah, I say, hello. Yes, sir. Yes, you.
You have a team of Quadaso. Offer me will be a politician, a mayor. That man next person. If you say, Mama, papa, and you say, maybe the DHA, papa. Uncle for no, they should bow their heads in shame. Who's the money more go say? Who's the uncle for more? I come here and never feel chest person. Who's the money more go say? Your chest person, no, Kate, encophobia, and Kianko, outside, then say, Encophobia, and your one and then come about empire, or more, that kind of chest person, or no, or no better studio, the year, and the contract number, I could for the wolf I say, and I could for the wolf I say, and I don't know better than you know. Tribalism, and yeah, I could for the wolf I say, what you're going to do, and so part here, and I see a get to me, I could for the wolf I see, and I as well to my yeah. I think I'm one kind of clue. It's an empty from that certificate entity for you. Be you know what me, will be answer, yeah. That's a typical entity man for you. And see, a community, I dine or chest personal, or they should buy their hands in shame. Omo sports no, omo sports no. Omo politics so omo tisi me na omo politics. No omo nyai, omo ni na gu ade. E ko munya je ko go outside. Na ko omo nya I get propaganda. And then you be Ghana ha ya. You want to be na you be Ghana ha ya.
Mate meza so watch ya.
Me dey mention.
Hello, caller.
Hello, Francis.
Yes, I'll penny you.
Francis, good morning.
Yeah, Major so penny yet you.
I'm the DJ 44 with the moderation.
All right.
Francis, who's all your henny?
Samum.
So who's all your henny?
So you know what I can't hear, Mate.
Yes, all your henny packet, or didn't answer the tool.
Jose.
They say, yes, all your henny, you're going to come to answer the tool.
Oh, I'm
They say, drive salmon. Now the man who stations the block over that stuff, how by fancy.
Open drive time, oh.
It was now, who bought them now? You adverts, and I Mate, how by the way,
Mate, is it my old my apple crap?
I don't know who's a fancy. I wouldn't be a cool. I had a old song. You can buy for social to my I don't know.
Yeah. Bye, Mate, me that's it. Well, quick news ever. Happy birthday going out to Kofi Asare, Dancy, and I say, yeah, show our Panyamisha on your Kumaswati Emau. And also going out to Kelsia upon Kra. Our sister Rehaina, and I say, or a show a year our pa, Yankan Johnson, I mean, Tunsu Panfangu, a your birthday, so to Kelsia, baby, I will be on Yame and to Tuanamo and CCA, and no, sorry, news.